My name is Ekaterina Шульман. I am a political scientist and a university teacher. I currently reside in Berlin since 2022. And today I'm addressing Meta leadership, their CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, their policy team and advisory board, because we have a problem. There has been a most alarming pattern that we've been witnessing during last months, when Facebook users living in Russia found their accounts, sometimes accounts of 10 years standing and more, blocked with little explanation and no possibility of appeal, and in some cases permanently deleted. We believe that the reason for these measures has been certain tweaks in Meta algorithms, who suspect that the frequent use of VPNs and change of IPs are the signs of bot-like activity. There's quite tragic irony here, because let me educate you a bit on the legal situation in Russia at the moment. Facebook and Instagram has been blocked by the Russian authorities since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, since spring 2022. And a bit later, Meta itself has been designated an extremist organization, which entails manifold legal consequences, not just severe in themselves, but also constantly evolving, so that the Russian citizens are not aware what exact crime are they committing at the moment. So you cannot publish the symbols of an extremist organization. So the Facebook sign itself is an extremist symbol. Nor can you pay an extremist organization, send money to it, purchase its services, or place advertisements on this platform, because this means that you are financing an extremist organization, which is a criminal offense, from 3 to 8 years of penal colony, as the case may be. So, those people who are still using Facebook in Russia are using it through VPNs, and even in doing so, they're incurring an uncertain but non-negligible risk. Facebook is not a very popular platform in Russia. However, currently, about 11.5% of monthly digital audience of Russians within Russian Federation are visiting Facebook. Those people who have found their accounts blocked have been, surprisingly, public figures, educators, my colleagues from the academia, or just private people who has been using this platform for years, in some cases decades, and who have been using it also as a kind of archive, storing their memories, their notes, their essays, pictures of their families on their Facebook account. Now they are faced with a bot whom they can't address, with no possibility of human communication, and they find the work of many years, their memories, and what is perhaps even more precious, the very fabric of their connectivity with the outside world broken, without the possibility of appeal. I am, as I said, a political scientist and a public speaker. I am believed to have something of an audience, both inside Russia and abroad. Currently on Facebook I have 180 followers, which is less than on Telegram or on YouTube, but it's a substantial audience. I have this precious blue sign that signifies that I'm Meta verified. So I can address a human. I have this precious privilege of addressing a human worker of Meta if I have any issues. But my colleagues in Russia do not have this privilege and this opportunity. they cannot purchase services from an extremist organization. So, what we should request from Meta and from its leadership are, I think, a couple of simple steps. First, and here's political scientist speaking, do not ever delegate final decision-making to robots. Decision-making is the essence of power, and it should belong to humans. Second, if you have an account that has been in place for a few years and that publishes original content rather than just reposting something, then it is a real one. So there should be a meaningful change in the algorithms so that they do not confuse natural and inevitable behavior of users under authoritarian censorship with anything that is bot-like. So using VPN and changing IPs should not be punishable. I should not be the one posting conspiracy theories online. So I will not be saying that Meta is somehow working in friendly unison with Russian censorship services. But it so happens that the digital wall is being built from both sides. Internet is being daily restricted in Russia. YouTube is what they call degraded, that is, it works very slowly and also cannot be used without VPN. Millions of sites have been blocked by Roskomnadzor, Russian censorship service. Mobile internet in cities is being switched off routinely. So internet access requires an effort and a certain degree, I would say a rather high degree of civic bravery. Connectivity is precious to those whom autocracy seeks to isolate. Those Russians who are, well, of a loyalistic turn would not be using Facebook. They are on other government-approved platforms. But I've been on Facebook since 2010. So have many of my colleagues and friends. What we come for to this platform is not user-friendliness or even convenience. Perhaps you are aware that it's not famous for this. We come there for other people. Platforms consist of people. Technology is there to serve humans, not the other way around. So I'm asking you to address this issue and to stop becoming an instrument of breaking this fragile but important bridge that connects people who still dare to speak, write, and think under pressure from violent government, from military censorship, from daily increasing digital restrictions. If I have any audience in the Silicon Valley or in other famed regions that are close to the decision-making centers of these digital monsters, please help to share this message. This very morning, I've been informed that another colleague, a sociologist, found his profile blocked. It happened to political scientists, therapists, poets, and writers, to just private persons who's been on this platform for years. This is not just a matter of convenience or habit. In the current political environment, this connectivity has become vital. Do not contribute to isolation. Contribute to the unity. Contribute to communication. Connect people rather than disconnect them from each other. Thank you for your attention to this matter.